think this might be one of my new favourite books. It's Poppy and Sam's Favourite Fairy Tales. It's one that's recently come out. It's illustrated by Stephen Cartwright, who's done lots of you might have seen them, the Farmyard Tale books. And I love that it's the Find the Duck on every page. I grew up finding those ducks, and I just love that it adds that. It's a hardback book. And it says here, it's a book of fairy tales that Poppy and Sam love. You might know them too, but they are going to be a little different this time. Watch out for the big bad wolf. And then it reminds you there about the little duck on all the pages. And they have the fairy tales are here. There's Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, Three Little Pigs, Rumpelstiltskin, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And they have all been just changed, updated a little bit. Okay, so as you go through, you start Cinderella, finding the little duck. And the story is pretty much the same story that you will remember. All of the main components are there. The fairy godmother, the evil sisters who didn't want Cinderella to go to the ball. And there's just nice little changes that I like as I've been reading it through. They don't run off and get married. The shoe fits, and the prince asks her for some lunch at the palace. We move on to Little Red Riding Hood, and she is a superhero. Her superhero name is Red Riding Hood. She still goes off to visit Granny. The wolf still sees her on the way and decides he wants to get in on the action. He throws Granny into the cellar here. Little Red Riding Hood goes. They have all the same chat that they would normally have. And he throws her in the cellar. And her dog goes off and finds the woodcutter, who comes in and is a superhero. He knocks the wolf unconscious by boshing him on the head. And they all sit down to have a nice cake and tea. We've got Sleeping Beauty here. In this version, she's called Princess Sarah. And we have a lot more diversity in the pictures than you would have in some fairy tale renditions, possibly. And it goes through. And I did like this change, considering our current climate here, that when Prince Riz comes through, he gently shook her shoulders. There was no kissing someone who was asleep. There was just a nice, are you okay? The Three Little Pigs, they build their houses out of straw, out of wood, out of brick. The big bad wolf comes along again. He's woken up from Grandma's house and he blows the houses down. He can't blow the last one down, so splosh, he lands in some soapy water. I hate being clean. And they talk about how they have to stand up to bullies, and then they have a nice cup of tea. We've got Rumpelstiltskin. Again, the story is very much the same, but there's a nice addition here. Some of the names that they are guessing when they're trying to guess his names. Leonard, Ian, Kwame. Then we have got Rumpelstiltskin. They also guess Craig, Saeed, Keegan, Norris. It's just a little bit more inclusive than it used to be. Goldilocks and the Three Bears is pretty much unchanged. We've got Goldilocks here, and straight off, you know Goldilocks is a bad, and she didn't care what she was allowed to do. So we know that Goldilocks is going to get a comeuppance, but after she's ruined their house first. And look at poor sad little baby bear. Who would do such a thing? And she wakes up and they chase her away, and Father Bear learns never to leave the door unlocked, just in case. And this is going to be a beautiful gift. This is so nice. I think I might get my 5-year-old this. Just the retellings of them are really lovely. So that's £9.99. Poppy and Sam's favourite fairy tales. There's 6 stories in there.